Alright, so I just put in to use my PTO for earlier this morning. So I used 4 hours to cover the fact that I don't have a morning session. But I literally could only do that for 2 weeks, and then I would be screwed over. So, y'all, I really am just like, well, one, what I did learn from my last situation is do not stay somewhere that is not supplying what you need. So basically, when I first started, they had a bunch of kids at my center. And then once school started, or slightly before school started, a lot of kids started getting discharged because they were going to go to school full time. So at least 10 kids from my center have left. And a lot of them either didn't come back or switched to only being here in the afternoon. So a lot of people lost their morning clients. Now at the time, I had a client who was not eligible to go back to go to school, because I think in Georgia, like, you have to start school once you're 6. So if you're not 6 years old, you're not obligated to sign your child up for school. So I had a morning client that did not have to be at school, so I was pretty stable still. Then they decided, oh, we're gonna switch everyone's schedule around. And even though I've only been here for 2.5-ish months, they decided that they still were going to switch around my schedule and gave me took me off of that morning client and put me with this other client. I had that client for only a week, y'all, and apparently last Friday they're like, you don't have a morning client anymore, you're only gonna have this afternoon client. So y'all gave me a client for like I really feel like it was just like not even being gaslit, but just like, what a waste of time for y'all to say I have this client, and then this client goes to school, is now going to school, and only will be coming in the afternoon, if that. So the 2 clients I did have at the beginning were stable. Like, I had a morning and afternoon. Now I only have a afternoon client, and it seems like I'm SOL unless they hire someone new to come in, or get new clients for the morning, or I honestly don't know. So I just started applying for other jobs, because I'm not about to sit around and wait to see if, I'll have another client, because that's what I did at my last job, and it was a time waster, because waiting, like, struggling for 6 months to still not have anything, and I have nothing to show for like that first 6 months. So I was talking about with my coworkers, and honestly, like, it just seems like the ABA field is very lucrative. So essentially, it's easy to find a job as a registered behavior technician, but it's hard finding a job that's actually stable and pays well. So it's like, you either have a job that is, oh shoot, I guess I need to go this way. You'll either have a job but you won't have a lot of hours, basically. And like, there's not any ABA places I've been able to find that actually offer you a full 40-hour week schedule. So that was why I was like, okay, well, they say like most of their RBTs get at least 30. So I'm thinking, okay, I'll have at least 30, which means, which is twice as many hours as I had at my last. And then the past like month or so, I've been getting over 30. So I was like, oh, this is great. But that was because I had a morning and afternoon client. Now we have a lot of clients that don't actually have a guaranteed mornings, and a lot of people only have an afternoon. The afternoon clients, y'all, are 1 to 4:30 or 1 to 5, and most of them are to 4:30. So if you only have a client from 1 to 4:30 and that's your entire work day, y'all, morning clients, you get a guaranteed 4 hours. Basically every morning client is going to be there from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So that's a guaranteed 20 hours a week. I pretty much just lost a guaranteed 20 hours a week, which is $400 I'm not going to be getting because I don't have a morning client anymore. So I literally just got pretty much shot in the foot, and supposedly they messaged me on Friday about this. Friday was when I was in Charleston, so I came back to basically find out I'm losing hours, or my hours got reduced at my job, and now I'm going into I'm trying not to panic about it because there's no point, but it's just like not a fun situation to be in, because I have to pretty much figure out my job situation. And even with the 35 I was getting, averaging, I was like, I need a second job, because 35 hours is still not 40 hours a week, y'all. Also, my benefits are an additional $300, over $300 out of my paychecks a month. So because I have benefits now, I also don't see as much of my money, but I'm also not getting, an actual full-time hours. And it's just you have so many people who actually want to work full-time struggling to find full-time job. The last full-time job I had was not enough freaking hours, or was 40 hours, but it was a 6-month contract where I was not guaranteed to get to have a job after a certain amount of time. So that was the main reason I was very frustrated. Ugh, all of these cars over here just piss me off. Sorry guys. So anyways, it's a frustrating situation, because I thought again, things were getting better, and then this freaking happened. So I do have a job interview actually for this Thursday at Burlington. So, and that's for part-time for right now. But at least that means I'll have another income to hopefully have instead of just having this one job and nothing else. And it really does suck that so many people have to work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. I was even considering being a server again, and I hated being a server, but I was like, you know what? Money is money, honey. And there's so many people I've seen on TikTok who have multiple jobs. I'm so glad this car in front of me got honked at, because they almost caused an accident for me driving like a dummy. Because why the heck did you even turn left here? Let me stop. Anyways, guys, I'm about to go get me some Moe's, because it's the Moe's Monday deal, and then we're gonna head freaking home. I honestly should not feel this tired, because I only worked 4-ish hours, well, a little over 4 hours today. But I was tired this morning when I came in, and then instead of going home, because honestly, once I'm up in the morning, it's really hard for me to go back to sleep, and typically I don't end up going back to sleep at all. So I just was okay, I guess I'll just go to some stores, look around, whatever. I went to the mall, I went to Burlington, and a few other places, but there's literally no point in me. It was no point in me trying to go back home. I'm already up, already dressed, ready for my day. I got Dunkin'. I also haven't eaten since this morning, so I had my coffee and that little ham and else. And I was gonna fast today, but I was gonna fast because I thought I had work until like from 9 to 4, and it's just easier to fast when you're preoccupied. So then when I got to work and they sent me home, I was like, oh, I guess we're just gonna get, like, I guess I'll go get me my coffee at least that I usually like to have in the mornings. So all in all, I just feel very like off my normal situation. I feel like it's just like, I know at the end of the day I can't put all of my faith in the job that I have, but it's just like I need to have stable income if I want to be able to afford my bills, pay off debt, everything else. And it just stinks that I feel like I keep hitting walls with my freaking jobs.